to another Dragonbane video. In this video we are doing something different. We have moved on from the Alone in Deepfall Breach, and now we are tackling the Light of Evanor. This is a solo adventure that I found on DriveThru RPG, and it consists of roughly 4 locations and then a 5th final mission. So you get five plays in this before you complete the little mini campaign of the Light of Evanor. We have with us, as always, Sir Cornelius the Dragon Heart. Go ahead and say hello.
Hello. Yes, I have recently vanquished the cultists in the Deepfall Breach and am now ready to take on a new challenge.
Very well. Let us begin. You sit with Celesta, a soft-spoken elf scholar. With a stern look, she tells you that an unnatural darkness has enveloped Misty Vale's northmost reaches, covering the Magna woods and its surrounding areas with a baleful gloom. She sighs and continues, "At the center of it all is a hapless mallard named Quats." And let me pull up a picture here. Oh, there's supposed to be a picture there. Well, okay, never mind. There isn't a hapless mallard named Quats. We'll get back to that. But there's a hapless mallard named Quats. Within the ruins of the ancient demon-wrought fortress of Galazgesh, Quats accidentally unearthed the Dread Eye, a jet-black jewel of forgotten power. The flustered mallard unwittingly released the darkness within the Dread Eye after reading aloud the runes that covered its malignant surface. Now the infernal magic within the jewel slowly spreads its loathsome disease over the Misty Vale, twisting trees and plants into unholy designs and warping common beasts into sinister monsters. I should have a handout of the Dread Eye. Oh yeah. Celesta tells you of one hope, the Staff of Evanor. Crafted in ancient times, the staff's light was created to annihilate the wielder of the Dread Eye. Lore says that the staff was broken and lost. They say each part can be found in 4 locations: the Banished Temple, the Moon Dolmen, the Tower of Everfrost, and the Cave of Madness. Only shards of knowledge are known about each of these locations. Once the staff is complete, only then should you venture into the heart of darkness to destroy the Dread Eye. Do you accept the quest?
Sir Cornelius, being a noble knight and on a quest to vanquish demonkind, will accept this quest to recover these pieces of the Dread Eye and rescue the mallard. Quats, yes.
Is there anything that you need to purchase in town before you begin your adventuring?
No, I do not believe so. I have my Worldbreaker sword, and so I'm ready to take on this next challenge.
Excellent. To the Banished Temple we go. South of the Kuma River stands a sundered and blackened temple, riven by draconic might a millennia ago. Now it is home to cultists of the demon Balthar. There's a threat. A group of cultists still worship here, willing to sacrifice anyone to their foul master. When the threat activates, 3 cultists will attack. Anything you want to do as you survey the exterior of the Banished Temple?
As I approach the Banished Temple, can I make out any signs of recent cultist activity in the outskirts of the temple?
Do you want to take the time to make a thorough search, which would of course advance the tracker?
I think I will take the time to scout out the area before I possibly enter an ambush or something of the sort.
Give me a spot hidden roll. That is a fail. Would you like to push that roll?
No, I don't think I will push that roll.
Well, let's just ask the fortune die. What specifically were you looking for?
Any signs of the cultists active in the area?
Do you find any tracks? We will ask the fortune die. Yes, you find tracks. But the going is a little tough. There are a great number of tracks. It looks like booted footprints as well as some sort of bestial track leading around the area of the Banished Temple. But you're having a difficult time determining if these are fresh or how old they might be. However, I believe also because you spent the time to do a search, let's give you a scavenge roll. And just see if you find anything of utility. 1 treasure card. Excellent. Let's go ahead and roll that treasure card. Roll a d6. So you managed to find a shirt of chainmail. Now this is lesser armor compared to what you have. Do you elect to do anything with this chainmail?
Perhaps I will stow it away and sell it once I return to the town. But for the time being, I'd have no use for it. I have my plate mail, of course, to protect me.
So it looks as though there may be foes ahead because of the tracks, but you're not sure if these are fresh or old. You do happen to find this suit of chainmail. And then you come to the obsidian door. Even the great door contains remnants of evil. Opening it will require great strength or a cunning mind. Beware, for demonic magic emanates from the iron eye.
Seeing this demonic doorway, could I make perhaps a either a myths and legends roll, seeing as I have dealt with many of these demonic devices during my endeavors in Deepfall Breach?
I would say yes, plus because you have the Worldbreaker Shard that is attuned to combat demons and the like, I'm going to give you a boon.
This door is foreign to me.
Oh gosh, yeah. This is a sort of foe and force that you've not encountered before. Let's see. As you search your mind, are you aware of any outside influence upon you? Yes. So it is as though the door is scanning your mind, seeking deep within your heart to determine if you are friend or foe.
I think, feeling this intrusion, Sir Cornelius will simply attempt to use his great strength and open the door by force.
Very well, make a strength roll. You force the door, and you manage to push it open through the sweat of your brow, the scraping of your plate pauldron upon the door. You finally feel the stone, the obsidian give way and begin to slide beneath your unrelenting press. Let's just see, is there any sort of ward or trap that you may have missed? Yes, there is. So let's say that you feel the eye suddenly surging with power as the portal is breached, and you sense that something magical is about to happen. I'm going to give you an evade roll before something terrible happens. Boy. I'm going to give you an option here. You can push the roll, but I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that the failure, even if you push it and don't succeed, well, if you succeed, nothing will happen, but if you fail, you will take a condition. So either way, you're going to take a condition now, or you can push it and take a condition and succeed.
I think I will just take a condition, as it is rather hard for me to maneuver while lifting such a heavy door and then with my great armor on.
Excellent. So go ahead and give yourself a condition. I think like the disheartened condition or scared. I think either of those would be
I will take disheartened.
accurate. Excellent. But you have managed to breach the door. On to the next room. A grotesque statue of Balthar guards this exit, his flaming eyes burning into your soul. A blackened heart may pass unimpeded. Tell me, hero, how will you venture forth?
Well, surveying the doorway, does it seem like there will be any sort of ward that will harm me if I pass forward?
Well, you can spend a stretch of time and do a spot hidden, or you could just make a base awareness roll and just see if it looks like, oh, there's a tripwire. Or do you take the time to thoroughly examine it?
I think perhaps I will just make an awareness roll.
Okay.
Not taking too much time. I know that time is pressing.
Success. Barely. But it doesn't matter if you get your number or below, as long as you do one of those, it is a success. Yes, there is definitely a ward on this door, a magical ward, on this statue, much like the ward on the door. On this statue, there is a spell of great ruin and power, and you know that to pass through it will cause you pain and suffering.
Do I see some way, or would I perhaps know some way to either dispel this ward, or find a way around it that I might avoid triggering it?
Well, let's see. Do you see a way to bypass? No, there is no way past. You know that you have to go right past this statue in order to advance, and you're going to have to deal with this one way or another. It cannot simply be snuck around.
Well, I will steel myself and venture forth.
Do you just walk through the portal, or?
I think I will steal my wits first and then walk through.
All right.
Wielding the shard, perhaps that will frighten any demonic intrusions.
Well, let's see. Does the ward activate? Yes, it activates. And when the ward activates, black rolling smoke boils from the mouth of the statue of Balthar, and this black smoke clouds the air and fills your lungs, and I need you to make a constitution roll. My goodness.
I will push that. I will spend 3 willpower and push that.
Excellent. You have a high constitution. It shouldn't be too difficult. Whew, when it was on that 18, I thought for sure you were going to fail it again. So you recognize that you do not want to inhale this, and so you cover your mouth with your gauntleted hand and hold your breath as you fight and force your way through this. The smoke seeps into your pores, almost like tendrils seeking entrance. It pours into your ears and tries to poke and prod at your eyes as though there is some sort of soul or intelligence in this foul black smoke. But one thing that you do notice is wherever it comes near your sword, it stays away. It does not touch your sword. It stays within, maybe an inch or a short distance from the sword, as though that offers some sort of protection. You fumble around in the darkness looking for the way out. You dare not open your eyes. Do you stumble into danger? No. So you manage to make the door. And the door is shut and sealed. You're going to have to force it open by power of strength. A success. You heave open the door, and clatter through into the next room, shutting the door behind you and then gasping for air, taking a moment to regain your breath after such a terrible intrusion. And you enter the dread nave. Ancient, crumbling pillars hold up this broken room. Things crawl and slither through the rent in the ceiling. This looks like this was once an area of a place of worship that has now fallen into terrible disrepair.
Indeed, it has been defiled by the cultists. I know that time is pressing, but I think I will proceed with caution and take the opportunity to inspect this room more thoroughly than the last.
So that would be a full spot hidden, a stretch of time. Excellent. You discover in this room that there are two things of note. One is going to be something on the scavenge table. Let me find that. Right there. Roll a d6 to see what supplies you find. You find a quiver of arrows, and since you don't have a bow, it doesn't do you much good.
No, but I'm sure a Fletcher in the town would pay good coin for these.
Very likely. So you stuff them in your pack or sling the quiver over your shoulder. As you find the quiver, you also find a great thin, almost paper-thin sheet of some strange substance that looks quite a bit like a translucent piece of scaly skin, as though this has been shed by some great scaly beast.
I think, at hearing this, Sir Cornelius, his mind is cast back to when he was swallowed by a great snake, and he will be alert, looking for the beast that perhaps shed these scales.
Well, give me an awareness roll.
Unfortunately, my great helm makes this rather difficult, but I will do my best.
I believe it gives you a bane, does it not?
It does.
Oh!
I do get to check the box.
You can check the awareness box, and at the end of the adventure, should you survive, you will get to roll to see if you improve that. As you are on edge, looking all over this area, maybe studying the rent up in the ceiling where you see things kind of crawling and poking their way in, you fail to notice behind you the lurking form of a great serpent. And we're going to... Actually, I don't need to go to tactical mode. Let's just keep this on. Roll initiative. The great serpent will go first. As with all monsters, you cannot parry, but you can. That might look a lot like the serpent that you've already encountered, because I was too lazy to get new artwork. But
perhaps it's a brother to the
it's the brother to the sludge serpent. This is just the great serpent. I think I did change the name in here. So anyway, they always hit. So you will roll a d6, and that is the attack that it does. And you cannot parry it, but you can dodge it. It gets 2 attacks, so it will attack after the army of 1. Number 2, Devour. You've been here before. The beast swallows the opponent with the highest strength, inflicting 2d4 damage. The player character can keep attacking the serpent from within where it has no armor, but for each round spent in the beast's belly, you suffer d6 damage on your turn, and armor has no effect. You get out once the monster is dead. So good news, bad news. The good news is you can negate his armor. The bad news is you're going to take d6 damage on your turn, and armor has no effect. So he will do 2d4 points of damage, but your armor is proof against 8 points of damage, so I'm not even going to bother rolling that. So you take no damage from being swallowed, and now you are inside the serpent, and it is your turn. You get 2 turns in a row, unless you wanted to try to dodge that swallowing attack.
I think that I will allow it to swallow me. Perhaps while I'm in its mouth, I will prepare to plunge my sword upwards.
Oh, go ahead and make a roll. And he does have one action left this round, but he can't really dodge because you're inside of him.
I will push that.
You want to use your willpower?
I will become scared, I think.
I think that would be accurate. That is a success. Now your new sword does 2d10 damage or 3d10 versus demons, correct? So this is not a demon, so we'll just do the 2d10. And plus your strength bonus. And you negate his armor, so 13 points of damage against him, and then you get to actually go again. So if you want to go again, it's now the army of one, which is your special ability as a solo player. You can go again. That is a miss.
I will spend 3 willpower points. It is rather surprising that I would fail this roll twice.
Right, you're inside this. How could you miss? That's a success. Go ahead and roll damage. That's more like it. Ooh, so 22 points of damage?
Yes, indeed, that is my attack.
So he is almost down, but it's now his turn because he will go after Army of One. You will take 1d6 points of damage, and I honestly, once you're swallowed, I don't think you can do anything else. You can take 5 points of damage. Armor does not protect against that. Let's shuffle the initiative order, because how's he going to do another attack? He's already swallowed you. It's your turn, and then his turn. If you can defeat him now, you won't take any more damage.
Well, I believe one more thrust from my sword should handle this beast.
Yes, indeed, and he cannot evade, so your minimum damage is 3. Well, there you go. That was ample. So tell me how you hack your way out of this great serpent.
So I think as he had begun to swallow me as I was sliding down his throat, I dug my sword into his fleshy interior, and as I was sliding down his gullet, I was able to rent through his insides and emerge relatively unscathed, although I do have some acid sizzling on my armor, but nothing I haven't...
You've taken some conditions as well.
Yes.
So you can do a round rest, which, if you recall, allows you to regain willpower points. You do that once per shift of time, or basically once per adventure. You can also do a stretch rest where you will regain hit points, willpower points, and lose a condition. So do you feel the need to do a rest now?
I figure that I'm nearing my goal, and so I will do a round rest.
Okay. A round rest, or the stretch?
Sorry, the stretch rest.
Okay, so we'll take a stretch of time, and then you will remove one condition, and you recover 1d6 willpower points. And was it 1d6 or?
It was 2d6
hit points. Yes, I believe that's correct.
So my willpower will go back up to full. Ooh, and my health is relatively okay. I have now 14 of my 16 hit points.
That's not bad. Not bad at all. And you, anything else in this room, or do you continue on?
I continue onward.
This place of worship has been defiled and desecrated by demon cultists and their dark masters. What was once a place of peace is now a den of vile acts and deeds.
I believe seeing this ruined chapel, I know that time is pressing, and so I will not take the time to thoroughly inspect this place as the last, as I'm sure seeing this chapel defiled would only serve to dishearten Sir Cornelius further, and so he will keep his resolve to continue forward.
Excellent. Is there any danger in this room? Let's just ask the dice. Extreme? No. So this is just a very disheartening scene, and you're not taking any time to make a thorough search. seeing the work of demon cultists, do you need to make a fear roll as you delve deeper inside this terrible place? Yes, I'm going to say make a fear roll. That's a will roll. I'm going to give you a boon on that if you don't pass. I'll let you re-roll it, but you do pass. So you're able to shore up your courage and continue on through the defiled chapel, never knowing if you have left some sort of item of great value here. And I actually don't know if there was one. We would have rolled for it. But you now make your way into the altar of madness. To reach the undercroft, you must pass this warped altar where so many innocents have perished. They say their ghostly wails are enough to drive the most hardy to bone-freezing fear. So you are very close to the end of your mission, but you have to pass this place of death and great evil.
I think as I go through here, I will just pledge to all of the innocents who have been sacrificed by the cultists that I've come to avenge them and purge the cultists from this ruined temple.
I'm going to have you give me a roll. Give me like a will roll. And you succeed. I'm going to let you remove a condition. And if you didn't remove one from the stretch rest that you did, make sure that...
I did. I was still disheartened, but that is now removed.
Excellent. So as you find your courage in this dark place, you vow to avenge those who have had their life ruined and cut short at the hands of these vile cultists. Is there danger in this room? Extreme, yes. You sense that there is a spirit that is not at rest, a spirit of great malice and evil. Over the years, centuries that it has been haunting this place, it has turned its mind to evil thoughts. And no sooner do you make your vow to defend the people that have fallen here, but you come face to face with, if I can get it to work here, a fell spirit. And this fell spirit emerges, passing through one of the walls, its breath raspy. And you realize this thing need not breathe at all, but it is some remnant of a life that it has all but forgotten, still remembering the joy of breathing in air and exhaling worry. And this creature strides towards you. It senses the foul deeds that you yourself have done, perhaps in the name of good, but you yourself have slain many people, perhaps some that did not deserve death. And in doing so, this ghost approaches you menacingly, ready to pounce upon yet one more who would slay an innocent. Perhaps he is confused. What does Sir Cornelius do?
I think Sir Cornelius will be unperturbed by this ghost, and he will simply make to venture forth.
Does the ghost attack? Yes. Well, let's just get us into some initiative order. So the ghost is approaching with arms outstretched, as though it is attempting to touch you. What do you do?
I think I will call on the power of my World Breaker sword and prepare to defeat anything that stands in my way of completing this quest.
Very well. So the ghost has ferocity 2, so he will go twice in a round. So he will go after your army of 1. Please make roll a 1d6.
And will my army of 1 go first then?
Well, I think that's what you did. You said you were unperturbed. and so you were just kind of continuing on the way out. The ghost lets out a terrible scream. I'm not going to scream because no one needs to hear that. The undead face contorts into a horrible grimace, lets out a scream that chills the souls of everyone within 10 meters. You can dodge, or you need to make a will roll to resist fear. Oh, and you can, well, you don't check the stat boxes, but you did get a dragon, so I'm going to say something particularly good happens. Not only do you resist fear, but you do not show any fear to this ghost, and I'm going to give you a boon on your next action. So it is now the ghost's turn. Please roll a d6. You laugh at his ghostly scream, and he looks at you and tries to grab you in a ghostly embrace. He emits an unnatural wheeze and appears right in front of you, wrapping you in a deadly embrace to smother your spark of life. This will inflict significant damage and leave you dazed. Do you choose to evade? Or what do you choose to do?
I think that given that I don't feel frightened by this ghost, I will just allow him to attempt to damage me.
Very well. So you will be dazed, which I believe is a condition. And he will inflict 12 points of damage. So your armor will reduce 8 of that. So you will take 4, and now it is your turn.
Well, I will slash him with my sword, with great prejudice, knowing that this is an evil spirit that must be banished, as it only brings hatred to the ones that would rest here.
Oh, and you got a dragon. So, first checkbox. Second of all, you have 3 choices, only one of which applies. So the 3 choices are to immediately make another attack against another enemy, or to the other choice is to eliminate his armor, which he has none. So what you probably want to do is roll double your weapon dice and then add your strength modifier. Wow. So 18 plus 16, okay, 34. Okay, so 40 points, or 38 points of damage. So tell me how you overcome this monster.
I think that I slash him, and then just by sheer will alone he is dispelled from my presence and unable to hinder me from my goodly quest.
Yeah, apparently, and I forgot to tell you, you got a boon on that roll, so you still got a dragon regardless. So I'm gonna let you pocket that boon and use it. Since you got a dragon, I'll let you use it on your next roll. Or I will let you have a roll on a treasure card without having to spend the time to search.
I think perhaps I'll take the treasure card.
All right. So as the ghost expires, as his form begins to become invisible, he points over at a small stone on the ground, and you lift the stone and find a item of treasure. Watch this be another bagpipe covered in poo like last time. Well, some trade goods. Roll a d6. You're going to find marbles, aren't you? Or perfume. You find some playing cards. Okay.
Very fine playing cards.
Yes, no doubt. Fancy, very old and fancy playing cards. You know that this will keep you company on those long and lonely journeys when there's no one to talk to. You can now play solitaire. But and nevertheless, you could also sell them for gold.
Perhaps they're gilded with gold.
Well, let's not go crazy. Actually, let's ask, maybe. But are these gilt in gold? Oh, okay. So these are incredibly valuable playing cards. So I'm glad that you asked. So yeah, shows what I know. The last room. Have a torch at the ready. The staff piece is locked away in a vault here, guarded by a terrible beast whose appetite has no doubt grown vast in these shadows.
before entering this chamber, I'd like to just take a knee and do a quick rest to regain.
Are we doing a round rest or a stretch rest?
I will do a stretch rest.
Okay, so we're awfully close. One more delay, and the threat will.
Because a round rest that does not allow you to regain hit points.
No, just willpower points. So this will allow you to regain hit points, willpower points, and eliminate a condition.
Well, I do want to get rid of days. That is my agility. So I will get rid of that, and then I am a full willpower, but I am only at 10 hit points.
Oh yeah. So, and you've got how many hit points?
16.
So hopefully between the 2d6 you can roll at least 6 points and 4. Well, better than nothing.
Alright, I am prepared to venture into the Undercroft.
You step into the room and you see before you a scene of great terror. You see a piece of the staff. Piece of the staff of, well, I had pictures for these. I'll make sure I put them in the video that we're going to make of this. I don't know what happened here, but I did make digital assets for Quats as well as the piece of the Staff of Evanor. Anyway, you see a piece of the Staff of Evanor, and it is guarded by 2 guardian demons. They look quite imposing. And they stand over this fragment of the staff, guarding it against any who would seek to reclaim it, knowing that this would bring about the destruction of the Dread Eye. And they have their flaming tridents that they clang on the stone floor. Usurper, you shall die. There will be no conversation. They will choose to attack. So let's get initiative going here.
My only comment would be to let the glint from the Worldbreaker shard gleam in their eyes.
Oh, I like that. Now these demons, they only have ferocity once, so they'll only attack once each sensitive turn. But there's 2 of them, so they'll get 2 attacks. Please roll a d6 for the first demon. Paralyzing spear thrust. Would you like to try to evade this?
I will attempt to evade.
Make an evade roll. And you fail. Do you want to push that roll?
Yes, I will spend 3 willpower to attempt to evade.
And you do. So you manage to avoid that, which is good because this attack would have done some piercing damage and injected you with a paralyzing poison, which would have been bad. So your army of 1 was your evade. Guardian demon number 2 attacks. Roll a d6. A 1. Spear sweep. He sweeps its long iron spear or trident to knock your legs out from under you. You will be knocked down and be dazed. Do you wish to evade that?
No, I will accept this blow.
Excellent. So you fall to the ground and are dazed. Now, being prone would mean that it was easier for them to attack you, but you go next and you can just stand up. But you are still dazed.
However, I will, wielding my great sword, slash this demon that has just knocked me down.
The one that knocked you down, that was number 2. Okay, go right ahead.
And I will get an extra d10, seeing as these are demons.
And if you recall, you do have a... oh, you know what? I should have given you the boon on your evade roll. But if you want to use it on this...
I will save it for a further attack.
Alright, so you do hit this demon. He cannot dodge or parry, so roll damage. And remember, you do an extra d10. So go ahead and roll an extra d10 against the demon. So it will be 11 damage plus your strength.
So 17 damage to the
And he has 1 point of armor, so he'll take 16.
A mighty blow, nonetheless.
Indeed. Oh, sorry, 2 points of armor. So let me buff that up by 1. Don't want to cheat demon here. All right, we will reshuffle the initiative order. And the one that you just hit will attack you. Please roll a 1d6. Impaling horns. He impales you with his horns. Do you wish to try to evade this?
No, I will not evade this.
He leans down and thrusts with his horns, impaling you for 10 points of damage.
2 damage.
Your armor will block 8 of that. And then Guardian Demon number 1 will likewise attack. Please go ahead and roll a 1d6.
A 6.
Teleportation. He sticks his iron spear into the ground and teleports to any location which will be behind you. And so now you've got one in front and one behind. That's probably better than taking damage, but that may mean that his attacks, Guardian Demon 1's attacks, will be with a boon.
That's assuming that his friend does not fall on my next attack.
Indeed. So it is now your turn. You have 2 turns.
Well, I will ready myself to vanquish the first demon.
Demon number 2. That is a success, and he cannot evade or parry. And don't forget your extra d10. Boy, that is terrible damage on that roll.
Very terrible damage.
And then roll your d6.
Keep in mind these are d10s. That was a 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah. So that is what, 10 points of damage minus his 2 armor, so 8 damage. And now it is your second turn.
Well, I will attack him once again.
That's better.
That will defeat him.
So he is defeated. So tell me how your sword vanquishes this Guardian Demon.
So I think as the Worldbreaker sword pierces the demon hide, it simply saps his life force and he fades to ash and simply blows away in the wind.
We then redo the initiative, and you go twice.
Well, I will turn around quickly and ready myself for the second foe.
And you do still have a boon you can use at any point.
I think I would rather save that for an evade roll.
Excellent. That's a hit. He will... Would he evade? He would. He will evade this. So he needs to... I don't know. I don't like how alchemy does this. He needs to... has a 15. So he needs to roll a 15 or under. Oh! Okay. He rolled a demon. So not only does he not evade, but I'm going to say you deal an extra portion of your strength damage on this blow as he exposes a vital spot. As you spin around and swing your blade into him, he leaps right into the space where you were attacking.
Then I will roll the extra 1d10 and then 2d6.
Yes. So that's 20. $27. He blocks 2, so he's at 25. Wow.
Is it my second attack?
It is your second attack, and he cannot do anything, so you just got to hit and you're going to take him out.
I will use my boom, on this.
Excellent. Yeah, you're going to do at least 3 points of damage. So tell me how you conquer this foe.
So again, as he attempts to evade my mighty blows, I will simply press forward with renewed fury and cut him down, and he will simply fade to ash and blow away in the wind with his trident clattering to the stone floor.
Your sword thrums in your hands with energy. Having drank of demon blood, it thirsts for yet more. You place it back into its scabbard, knowing that your work is not yet done, but you have vanquished the defenders of this piece of the Staff of Evanor. It's a fragment of a once holy relic now sundered. It will be remade. And again, I'm gonna edit this in post, and I'm gonna add a picture here so people can see what it looks like, because I spent like 30 seconds making a picture. You make it back to the to Celesta with this piece of the staff, and she is overjoyed that you have recovered 1/4 of the staff of Celesta. and she bids you to rest from your journeys, but for a short time, because 3 more pieces still lie unrecovered. If you want to go ahead and make your improvement rolls, you can do that now. You get, I think you had 2 skills, swords, and something else. That
Awareness.
And awareness, and then you get 5 more skills you can attempt to improve. So you need to fail this roll. Oh, that 17 would have been a 6. Hey, even better. So your awareness will go up to 12. And then you've got your swords. Oh, and that improves as well. Excellent. That one's a tough one to improve.
Indeed.
Swords will go to 16. And then what 5 skills would you like to try and improve? Maybe choose 1 or 2 that you used in this adventure. I know you used myths and legends, and you used evade.
I think I will attempt to improve my myths and legends.
You did use spot hidden, and I think you used awareness. Oh, excellent. So that will go up to 12.
I will also attempt my spot hidden.
Nope, that one does not improve.
Perhaps as I encountered so many new creatures, I will attempt to improve my beast lore.
Excellent. You've now been swallowed by a serpent not once but twice, but apparently you learned nothing from that. 2 more skills.
My evade would definitely be good to improve.
And you do not.
And then lastly, as I did have to heal myself multiple times, I will attempt to improve my healing.
That could be useful. And, the 15 would have been great. No. So, still not bad. You did improve what I believe there was.
Awareness, swords, and myths and legends.
Yes, so very well done. This is the end of the first chapter in the Light of Evanor. I'm going to let you have the last words as we sign off.
Yes, Sir Cornelius is overjoyed that he was able to vanquish more occultists and drive them from the land. He will return to the town to sell the treasure he did find, the chainmail and the quiver of arrows.
And what about your playing cards?
Oh, and my playing cards, of course. My gilded playing cards. Extremely gilded. But I look forward to our next adventure.